It's a real cliffhanger, this one. And the riders are just preparing for the next heat. This will be Olavarria from Spain and Areola of Mexico. Just to take up that point that Jonathan mentioned there, Laura will have to finish 2 places higher than Ankudinov in that time trial to win the Omnium. She'll win it, she'll tie with the Australian, but she's got a shorter edition of the timed event, so that's critical.
Yeah, to clarify that a little bit further, if there is a tie on points, they take all the timed events, pool that time together and see who is the quicker, and there's 0.133 of a second between them at the moment, with Laura Trott having the advantage.
If they finish first and second in the time trial, then that isn't any good, and Ankudinov will win the gold. So all that is to come in the final heat when Trott lines up against Ankudinov to see who will take the gold medal. I can tell you at the moment the leading time is by Berthon of France, 36.443, and we can just see here the time of Olavarria, that time of 36.448. That's the second quickest so far for Areola of Mexico, 7th on 38.322. And just to put that a little bit more in perspective, Chris, when Laura Trott won the World Omnium Championship earlier this year in Melbourne, she finished the 500-metre time trial with 35.173. I don't quite know if Ankudinov has got that kind of pace.
And she's consistent too. She did 35.1 at the Olympics, if I recall, as well.
Yep.
So
she's very quick.
And I think a lot of that is because she doubles up in effect with this particular event, because her job for the women team pursuit is to be the starter. So she spends a lot of time coming out of the gate and perfecting that. And this event, that's a huge chunk of it.
So there are the standings at the moment. Berthon of France leads on 36.4, Olavarria second, 36.4, Higgins of USA third, 37.3. Now, none of those times will frighten Laura Trott at all. It's all about just composing yourself, and there she is. She's such an athlete, such a fighter. And this really is almost a carbon copy of the situation in the Olympics when she had to put Sarah Hammer, the American, away to make sure that she secured the gold, and she did it magnificently.
Well, she certainly seems relaxed at the moment. I'm surprised she's sitting down actually this far out. I thought she'd just be turning over the legs, keep the blood circulating around the muscles, but she's happy to sit there and wait.
There's Trabaiti just preparing from Lithuania, and Trabaiti at the moment is currently lying 6th with an accumulated points total of 25. Her opponent Sharakova is locked on the same points. This should be quite a good heat. Former world points champion Sharakova on the left, and Trabaiti very consistent when it comes to the Omnium.
Well, choosing to go with the pursuit bikes. They're often in this distance. Some of them go with a standard drop handlebar bike, but probably about 30% less power once they get into position to go the same speed. So it makes an enormous difference over that second lap.
Impressive lap, opening lap there by Trabaiti, 20.863. That's the quickest we've seen so far. So can the rider from Lithuania back that up? I'm saying she can. She's driving on for the line now. Let's have a look at her time. Oh, very impressive, 36.319. And that is a very quick time indeed. She now is the leader in the time trial.
It was a good ride. She's going to be pleased with that. A lot of the riders have differing backgrounds when they come to the Omnium. Some of them are sprint oriented, so they like the shorter events and struggle through the distance ones. Ed Clancy is in that kind of school, and others are the endurance riders who aren't so good in these. So that was a very, very sharp ride indeed, wasn't it?
Well, that means that Trabaiti will have gone ahead of Sharakova, and I reckon that will put her in the top 3 actually that time.
Well, I'm wondering if we're going to see anybody slide under 36 seconds.
Well, if Trott replicates her time of the Worlds and the Olympics, the answer to that's got to be yes, because she's a 35-second rider.
It is, as the saying goes, a big ask at this point in the season, and she has been otherwise occupied after the Olympic Games, but still, I still think she's got it in her legs to get under that 36-second mark, and we're going to find out fairly soon.
Lots of medal celebrations, and she's still ridden with tremendous determination and aggression here. She's got so much pride. She's the world champion, wearing the rainbow stripes, and it certainly does lift you when you've got that jersey on. Penultimate heat now preparing. It's Pawlowska from Poland versus Balabalina of Russia. Pawlowska of Poland is currently lying third, and Balabalina, I should say, of Russia is fourth. There are 1 point between them, with the Polish rider 1 place higher. When you think they started yesterday morning in this contest with the 1-lap time trial, they've ridden a points race, they've ridden an elimination race, an individual pursuit, a scratch race, and now this test against the clock over 2 laps. Left of our screen, Pawlowska from Poland, right from Russia, Balabalina. Away they go for the 2-lap test.
Good solid start there from both riders, good technique.
Fastest opening lap, 20.8 by Trebeti of Lithuania.
I think it's Balabalina who's got the better start here by some margin.
Inside 20 seconds, Chris, by Balabalina of Russia. Fastest opening lap we've had so far, and I tell you what, Pawlowska's going well as well, 20.7.
It's a fantastic ride, actually, nearly a second clear, incredibly quick opening lap.
Here they come. Oh, new leader. The answer to your question is yes, they've gone inside 36, closing out on 35.123 by Balabalina of Russia, and that is the new fastest time. Pawlowska of Poland second on a time of 36.023, and that is just slightly quicker than the time that Laura Trott recorded last year when she won the world title in Melbourne.
It would have put a second at the Olympic Games in this discipline, so that is no mean feat really at all. She's clearly on fire there. Great technique out of the gate. I'm not sure anybody's going to touch that today, surely not.
She's going to be up, she's moved up the standings now, so it's going to be Balabalina to beat here in this time trial if you want to win the discipline. And Pawlowska second, Trebeti third. 1 heat to go. Trott did 35.110 at the Olympics, so that puts it in perspective. Balabalina of Russia just 100 slower.
She would have to replicate her Olympic winning performance to better that time today. And of course, it's not necessarily about winning the discipline, it's about finishing ahead of that lady there, Dudnov. There needs to be at least one competitor between them if Trott is to take the Omnium title here.
That's right. If they finish first and second in this time trial, Ankudinov and Trott, it would mean that Ankudinov will take gold. If Trott finishes 2 places higher than Ankudinov, it's going to be gold for her. The crowd know, they're very knowledgeable, and of course the announcements have been made consistently here, so they're right on the case. This is going to be very exciting. Paul Manning, the coach, has given the final information.
I think at 250 metres she must be, if she's to get anywhere near this time, around 20 seconds, possibly even under. 19.9 by Balabalina. She doesn't have to go quite that fast because she finishes well, Laura Trott, but she's got to be in touch at the halfway mark.
Just one rider has gone inside 20 seconds for that first lap. Balabalina of Russia, 19.9. She'll measure her effort here, young Trott. Left of our screen, Ankudinov of Australia. Right of our screen, Laura Trott. Ankudinov is the leader of the Omnium on 20 points. Laura Trott is second on 22. Here we go. This is the classic style of Laura Trott. Really working hard to get that gear spinning. Classic start. She's already ahead of Ankudinov.
You see the aggression on her face. She desperately wants this in front of this crowd. She's giving it absolutely everything. A huge lead at the moment.
8th for Ankudinov, 20.4, second for Trott. If it remains like this, Trott will take gold. Now then, she's eating up the ground. Here she comes up to the line. Trott burying herself up to the line. Her time is 35.867. Second, Ankudinov fourth, 36.249. And I can tell you, Laura Trott has won the gold. Sheer aggression. Oh,
totally different styles. I mean, we get to see the replay in a moment, I'm sure. Completely different styles there. And Kudinov's face looked like she was starting a pursuit out of the gate. Laura Trott, well, she looked like it was a half a lap race.
She came out of the gate, the aggression, look at her face, all smiles now. She's such a crowd pleaser. She's a terrier when she comes to race around the track. And that time of hers, let me just tell you once again, 35.867, second place for her in the 500-metre time trial, but more importantly, first for the gold medal.
Look at that start. She's been filling in for Jo Rousel in the pursuit, lots of time in the gate, and I think that's paid off there. Look at the expression on her face. She knows how to do this. It was so important, and that's the mark of a champion, really, not just to be able to perform well, but to be able to do it on demand. 0.7 of a second outside of her Olympic time, but academic, it's about winning.
And really not in peak form, because, you know, she's been celebrating her double gold medals from London, but when she gets to the World Championships next year in Minsk, she'll take some stopping when she defends her crown.
Well, she said she was coming here just to enjoy the racing. Well, she can enjoy that.
She loves it. So Trott, yet again, finishes at the top, the world and the Olympic champion. There's the results of the final event. Baba Bolina wins on 35.1. Trott comes in second, 35.8. Balauska of Poland, 36.02 third. And Ankudinov, well, she has to settle for fourth there. And you'll see when we show you the standings just how tight it was at the top. But of course, that brilliant ride by Laura Trott sealed the gold medal, because on count back with the accumulation of the times, Trott is the quick out. Sportingly acknowledged, and Kudinov recognises the sheer talent of Laura Trott. Another five-star performance then here by the double gold medalist from London, as the coaches continue to pour their congratulations all over her.
6 events, and she effectively won that by 0.133 of a second.
There are the standings. Trott wins the gold medal from